Hello, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for taking your time out of your day, your busy day, to spend time with me and others on this journey, reading the Lord's Word, walking with God a little bit every day. This will be post number 4. We'll be starting in Genesis 10, but first, I'd like to recap 7, 8, and 9. In 7, the flood begins. God instructs Noah, a righteous man, to enter the ark with his family and pairs of every kind of animal, 7 pairs of clean animals and 1 pair of unclean animals. Noah obeys, and at 600 years old he enters the ark. Then the flood waters come, rain falls for 40 days and 40 nights, and underground waters burst forth. The flood covers the entire earth, even the highest mountains, and everything that breathes perishes, except those in the ark. The water prevails on the earth for 150 days. In Genesis 8, the water recedes, and God remembers Noah, and the water begins to recede. After 150 days, the ark comes to rest on Mount Ararat. Over time, the water continues to decrease, and Noah sends out a raven, which just flies back and forth. Then he sends out a dove, which returns with nothing. A week later, he sends the dove out again, and it returns with an olive leaf, showing that the land is drying. Eventually, the earth is dry, and God tells Noah to come out with his family and the animals. Noah builds an altar and offers a sacrifice, and God is pleased and promises never again to curse the ground or destroy all living creatures because of mankind. In 9, God's covenant with Noah, God blesses Noah and his sons and tells them to be fruitful and multiply. He gives them animals for food, but commands them not to eat meat with blood in it. God establishes a covenant with Noah, his descendants, and all living creatures, that never again will a flood destroy the earth. As a sign of this covenant, God sets the rainbow in the sky. The chapter ends with a story about Noah planting a vineyard, becoming drunk, and lying uncovered in his tent. His son Ham sees him and tells his brothers, Shem and Japheth, who respectfully cover their father. When Noah wakes up, he blesses Shem and Japheth, but curses Ham's son Canaan. And with that, we will start chapter 10 right now. Now this is the history of the generations of the sons of Noah and Shem, Ham and Japheth. Sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Hagog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Rippath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanium. Of these were the islands of the nations divided in their lands, every one after his language, after their families, in their nations. The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, Sabtika, and the sons of Ramah were Sheba and Dedan. Cush became the father of Nimrod. He began as a mighty one on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before Yahweh. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before Yahweh. The beginning of this kingdom was Babel, Erech, Ekked, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Out of that land he went into Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Lur, Calah, and Resen between Nineveh and the great city Calah. Mizrah became the father of Ludim, Anamin, Lehabim, Naphtuhim, Pathrusim, Casluhim, which the which the Palestinians descended from, and Captorim. Canaan became the father of Sidon, his firstborn, Heth, the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Arkites, and the Sinites, the Avarites, Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Afterward, the families of the Canaanites were spread abroad. The border of the Canaanites was from Siddim. As you go toward Gerar to Gaza, as you go toward Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim to Lasha. These are the sons of Ham after their families, according to their languages, in their lands and their nations. Children were also born to Shem, the elder brother of Japheth, the father of all the children of Eber. The sons of Shem were Elam, Asher, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arpachshad became the father of Shelah. Shelah became the father of Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The name of the one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan became the father of Almodad, Shelep, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimal, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobad. All these were the sons of Joktan. Their dwelling extended from Mesha as you go toward Sephar, the mountains of the east. These are the sons of Shem by their families, according to their languages, lands, and nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, by their generations, according to their nations, the nations divided from these in the earth after the flood. Chapter 11. The whole earth was of one language and of one speech. As they traveled east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they lived there. They said to one another, "Come, let's make bricks and burn them thoroughly." They had brick for stone, and they had tar for mortar, and they said, "Come, let's build ourselves a city, and a tower whose top reaches to the sky. And let's make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad on the surface of the whole earth." Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men had built. And God said, "Behold, they are one people, and they all have one language. And this is what they begin to do. Now nothing will be withheld from them which they intend to do. Come, let's go down, and there confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech." So God scattered them abroad from there on the surface of all the earth. They stopped building the city, therefore its name was called Babel, because there God confused the language of all the earth. From there Yahweh scattered them abroad on the surface of all the earth. This is the history of the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old when he became a father of Arpachshad 2 years after the flood. Shem lived 500 years after he became the father of Arpachshad and became the father of more sons and daughters. Arpachshad lived 35 years and became the father of Shelah. Arpachshad lived 403 years after he became the father of Shelah and became the father of more sons and daughters. Shelah lived 35 years and became the father of Eber. Shelah lived 403 years after he became the father of Eber and became the father of more sons and daughters. It jumped on me. Peleg lived 30 years and became the father of Ru. Peleg lived 209 years after he became the father of Reu and became the father of more sons and daughters. Reu lived 32 years and became the father of Serug. Reu lived 207 years after he became the father of Serug and became the father of more sons and daughters. Serug lived 30 years and became the father of Nahor. Serug lived 200 years after he became the father of Nahor and became the father of more sons and daughters. Nahor lived 29 years and became the father of Terah. Nahor lived 119 years after he became the father of Terah and became the father of more sons and daughters. Terah lived 70 years and became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now this is the history of the generations of Terah. Terah became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran became the father of Lot. Haran died in the land of his birth, in Ur of the Chaldees, while his father Terah was still alive. Abram and Nahor married wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah. The daughter of Haran was also the father of Iscah. Sarai was barren, she had no children. Terah took Abram his son, Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife. They went from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. They came to Haran and lived there. The days of Terah were 205 years. Terah died in Haran. Chapter 12. Now God said to Abram, "Leave your country and your relatives and your father's house, and go to the land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great. You will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who treats you with contempt. All the families of the earth will be blessed through you." So Abram went, as Yahweh had told him. Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. Abram took Sarai his wife, Lot his brother's son, all their possessions that they had gathered, and the people whom they had acquired in Haran, and they went to go into the land of Canaan. They entered into the land of Canaan. Abram passed through the land to the place of Shechem, to the oak of Moreh. At that time Canaanites were in the land. God appeared to Abram and said, "I will give this land to your offspring." He built an altar there to Yahweh, who had appeared to him. He left from there to go to the mountain on the east of Bethel and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to God and called it God's name. He called on God's name. Abram traveled, still going on toward the south. There was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to live as a foreigner there, for the famine was severe in the land. When he had come near to enter Egypt, he said to Sarai, his wife, "See now, I know that you are a beautiful woman to look at. It will happen that when the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife.' They will kill me, but they will save you alive. Please say that you are my sister, that it may be well with me for your sake, and that my soul may live because of you." When Abram had come into Egypt, some Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. The princes of Pharaoh saw her and praised her to Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. He dealt well with Abram for her sake. He had sheep, cattle, male donkeys, male servants, female donkeys, and camels. God afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, "What is this that you have done to me? Why didn't you tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say, 'She is my sister,' so that I took her to be my wife? Now, therefore, see your wife, take her, and go your way. Pharaoh commanded men concerning him, and they escorted him away with his wife and all that he had. That ends chapter 12. I want to thank you for logging in and taking the time to listen to God's Word. That was Genesis 10, 11, and 12. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back for the next time. I hope you have a blessed day wherever you are in this world. I want to thank you for taking your time to be here with us on this journey through the Bible. And until the next time, I'm NatsMan. I'm out.